I don't want to be the coach that always has, the same way of playing, the same way of attacking, defending. Yes, you have some principles. Yes, you have structures, but I like to be as complete as possible. I want my team to be dominant, and for me nowadays, to be dominant, you need to have as much a solution as possible. Because it's not the same to attack a team that will defend deep 5-4-1 than to attack a team that will come to you man to man and follow you all around the pitch, like for example Atalanta does. So
all that people who at the beginning, I remember on my first day, my first game against Federal Pisalo, we tried to build from the back, and there were some people whistling. They didn't not appreciate, but they were not used to this type of football. They were a bit scared if we're gonna lose the ball, etc. To 7 months later, how the team is playing, how the atmosphere around the place, how everyone believed, how everyone went to the same direction. They bought into it, and to be able to go to Serie A for the first time after 21 years, definitely it was absolutely incredible, and that was only the beginning in my eyes, and hopefully, we need to keep growing.
Grazie, però prendete forza perché questo non è niente, questo è solo l'escaldamento. L'anno prossimo più esigenza, più lavoro, ok? E come ti ho promesso che ti pagavano che voi volete andare in vita.
Me, I'm a guy that I like to ask a lot of questions, to speak, to be open, to talk, to debate. During my career, with all the coaches that I've had, I have books, with a lot of notes of things that I liked, I didn't like, what I learned, what I didn't learn, etc., what this coach did in this situation, what this coach did in that situation, what were the players feeling, when the coach did this message or this coach did that. The pressure is on constantly, and you feel it much more than when you were a player. This is 100% sure, because you feel that everything that is building, there is only one responsible, and this is you. I always say who wins and loses are the players, because the coaches, yes, we are very important, but we cannot score, we cannot make passes, we cannot make dribblings, we cannot defend. But we are the first responsible of absolutely everything that happens on the pitch. So in a way, the players, they know that, and they have this feeling that they are strong, because say, okay, we lose a game, I don't like it, but I have a job, I have a contract for 4 years, and like it has always happened in football's history. You are not going to kick out 23 players and keep the coach. You're going to kick the coach out and keep the 23 players and hope that the next coach will be able to work well with them, So I see it simple, but of course it's not that simple. You need to be yourself, and you need to be trustworthy to the players. You need to be direct but fair. You need to be yourself. They need to show that what you're saying for their own benefit, for the benefit of the team. I like to have a very personal relationship with my players. I think this is vital. I like that when we are in a group or when I have individual meetings, I can express myself the way I want with them. I can be very harsh, I can be very gentle, but they know that whatever my tone is each moment is for their own good. That nothing is personal. I just want them to grow, I just want them to get better. I cannot be speaking to 23, 25 players every single day individually. So the moments that we are collectively there, I need to be free in my head to be able to say what I think and what I feel in each moment, and I think this is what the players also appreciate about me. I do it all with passion, I do it always, in the best way possible to grow, and that's the most important.
It's their first win of the season, their first victory in 20 years in Serie A. Fàbregas is signed with a convincing win to pull clear of the relegation zone.
The results only come into a consequence of doing the good things and to being very stable. I've seen many things, coaches, teams, clubs, to do ups and downs like this. One day I do that, one day I do that. There's no real planning, there is no real structure, there's no idea. And I think this is the dangerous thing. I was very convinced that by bringing the right players and by building something very solid and stable, but very stable, that this is the message. We lose, we win, okay, we keep going. It doesn't matter the result, because we know that this is the right way. And when you lose, you need to get better, and when you win, you need to get better. For me, the message is always the same. And after 2, 3 months, 4 months, you will see that there is a big change, and this is what happened with us. I know we did it in a different way because we changed a lot of players in each phase, but this is even more difficult, because that means that that every 6 months you need to start with different heads, with different behaviors, with different personalities, and I think this is more difficult. But yeah, we have a style, we have a methodology, we have a clear plan, and for me that's what will bring you to be successful.
How long is it until Como are joining all them in Europe?
I don't know, one step at a time. We have a plan, we have an idea. For example, now we are much more advanced than where we thought we would be, a year ago. But this is all, you need to take the right steps at the right times, as I said before. I'm not scared to talk about it in the sense of, that hopefully if we keep working this way in a few years, we can make it. But again, the pitch, the ground is where you have to speak. Here it's very easy to talk about certain things, but where we have to talk the most is on the pitch, show and prove that we deserve points and points and points, good performances, be strong, and then the results, in this case, the performances will mark and will determine where we can be in a few years. But let's stay focused on this year first. We have a lot of things to do.